Thank you very much. Let me join in the thanks. CRS has done a great job during my time here in Congress. And it gets complex sometimes, and I greatly appreciate it. Ms. Sewell mentioned, getting help on subject matter particularities or stuff. And last year, I had an experience where we had that. And for the folks watching back home, you know it and we know it. But the committees up here don't always have clear-cut jurisdiction. And so trying to figure out what the subject matter is of your particular committee or subcommittee can sometimes be interesting. I remember I was first here and there was an issue. I was served on the Energy and Commerce Committee, and there was an issue about water outside of the mine, but that was affected by a mine in West Virginia. And I'm like, oh, we got to get on this right away, only to find out it was natural resources and not the committee that had primary jurisdiction over the EPA. But if the water was in the mine, it was ours. But if it was outside on the ground, it was somebody else's. So I took on a new task at the beginning of 2025, taking over the chair of the Environment Subcommittee of Energy and Commerce. And I'm like, okay, what exactly can I go after, or what do I have to keep my hands off of because it's not mine? And CRS did a great job of putting together a paper explaining all the jurisdictions and some of the history of the subcommittee. So I'm greatly appreciative for that. I'm also appreciative for your skepticism on AI. Now, I love AI, and I think it has great potential, and I loved your example that you gave a minute ago about using it as a research assistant. But in a timely article yesterday, and you probably saw it in the Washington Post, they did basically what you had done trying to figure out whether it would work for you, and it was only 3% effective on bill summaries. They went through and they specifically asked political questions. So a lot of times when I'm using AI, I'm asking, what year did a particular battle happen if I'm doing a history, or, what was the time sequence on something, and it does pretty good on that. But the causes of the conflict and so forth are more political in nature. And the study, and Mr. Chairman, if I might, I'm going to offer the Washington Post article of yesterday by Kevin Shaw, our chat GPT and other AI chatbots politically biased. They tested them, and the answer was yes. If you ask a political question, OpenAI came back 80% of the time with a left-leaning argument and only 3% of the time with a right-leaning argument. DeepSeek came back with 70% left-leaning and 7% right. Gab came back 50% left, 3% right. The rest of the percentages were in the middle. Anthropic 43% on the left, none on the right. XAI Grok came back 40% on the left and 33% on the right. And Google was 7% on the left, but the rest of it was, they presented both sides, which was kind of interesting. Now, whether they got it right or not, the Post didn't go into. And of course, the companies all argued they did the test wrong. But this was their study. They did quite an extensive study. And so I'm going to ask that we submit that for the record.
Objection.
In support of Dr. Donford's statements, we should be skeptical. It is a tool we can use. And you also mentioned in your comments, and I just want you to talk about that a little bit more if you have time, that you want this extra money to train the AI. And I think that's the real problem. If you have people, I don't think any of these companies set out to give left-leaning answers. But the people they hired to do the training of the AI were probably all leaning left, and to them, this is the right answer. And it was interesting that the Google one mostly came back with both sides. Here's this side, here's that side. I would think that that would be helpful in your training and why you need those 5 people. Am I correct in that?
Yes. Yes. I mean, I really appreciate it. I was wondering if that article was going to come up about bias. It's so interesting. Well, is it okay if I speak a little bit
we got
longer?
45 seconds.
I've talked to many members of Congress who I would say are tech forward on both sides of the aisle. And one of them, we were talking about CRS, will it be replaced by AI? And he put that prompt into Perplexity. And I got this 2.5-page letter from him. And I thought it was so interesting. It said, the central challenge is not that AI will make research obsolete. It is that AI will make plausible-looking research cheap, fast, and ubiquitous. So that it's not that our eyes are closed and we don't want to embrace this technology. It is a tool, it's a powerful tool, but it needs to be marrying that human expertise and experience with the technology.
And and to summarize, if you want C- to F work, at this point in history, use the AI. If you want A work, which the CRS has always given us, you need the human factor, correct?
I appreciate that greatly.
Yield back.
Mr. Gates.